Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are watching from. I'm ThatSpaceDogeGuy, and welcome to today's live coverage of Ceres-1S launching Tianqi, if I'm saying that right, 37 and 40. For today, we have our co-host, Faisy. Welcome.
Hello again.
There he is. He will be also covering today's launch as co-host for today's mission. As you can see, a beautiful drone shot on your screen. It's a little dark pad. Do we know what kind of platform we are launching on today, Hazy?
A very high-tech barge that's totally not just the rocket's transport erector parked on a normal barge.
Yeah, it's a pretty different one from what we saw. Was it already last time out in terms of platform launches, or not? Because I have not been paying attention on any of the things that's launching from. What I know from you,
The Chelong 3.
Yeah, was Chelong 3 the last time we saw? I don't think, right?
It should have been. Yeah, that ship is currently occupied down in the South China Sea for a launch campaign that was meant to come in December and has since been on hold.
Yeah, and do we know the reason for that? Because don't know what's up there.
Nope.
But no reason. Okay. So it's a pretty mystery of what's going on there. And here's an old cam I found on the in stream. So credits to the person on the in broadcasting this camera too. Here you can see absolutely nothing. Congratulations. I think the ship just sunk to the bottom of the sea. Congratulations. Anyway, and it's loading again. So there's some lag and stuff on that. Anyway. 18 minutes to go. More about the rocket launching today. Ceres-1S, or Ceres, I don't know how you pronounce it, from Galactic Energy. So it's basically return to flight, right? And can you explain to us, Faisy, what happened last time out?
So last time at the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center, the 3 solid stages burned perfectly. The 4th stage got fairly far along on its flight before its control cables for some of the valves in its liquid propellant engine started to overheat and then severed and then shut the valves early, causing it to run short of orbit.
Yeah, and then that marked as a failure. Let's hope they don't screw it up today. I think hopefully they've fixed whatever happened there, if they know exactly what caused it to. We just explained. They're building. Oh, Roger is also on the stream in the chat here. He's saying they're building a new pad on the artificial island. Artificial island, interesting. Whatever. Artificial island.
Yeah, this is nearby Haiyang's Oriental Spaceport, which is an interesting name, but
interesting
in Shandong province.
Yeah.
That will apparently launch the longest 12 series, as well as a handful of solid rockets.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. Now, how many Chinese marked launch sites do we have? Because we have a lot of offshore platforms. How many do China own at this point? Because I have looked somewhere and it was, I don't know, not sure.
Not counting vessels that are meant to be landed on. I believe there's 3 launch platforms with the administrative side handled by the Taiwan Satellite Launch Center.
I've seen 2 areas basically with each different ships. I've seen a Bowen. I'm not good at pronouncing this. I'm just basing this off what I'm looking at right now. I see 3 areas near the Haiyang Oriental Spaceport. They have 2 barges and a ship or well, one barge in the ship. Sorry, not two barges. So we have an Oriental Spaceport launch ship. Mostly all launches. It had no launches. That's just the first launch, I guess, then from that port or not. I'm not familiar with these platforms that they're launching on. That's what I can tell you. So Faisy, I don't know, because you just said about the amount of that they own in terms of offshore platforms. What is different from today's barge that's launching on in terms of the launch ship that, or the ship like that we had? I believe Geelong 3 or one of the Ceres-1S launches. That's for sure. I know.
It's very small and it can't handle rockets like Geelong 3. I believe this one may have launched Long March 11 a few years ago.
I actually don't know. I mean, that would be... Okay, so we have... Okay, so today, the Rizal offshore launch platform... I don't see anything, like, not... It's a quick look, so I'm not sure. Oh, I think this was oops. I think the 2019 launch, I think. Not sure, though. Which launched from that ship. Pretty interesting. That's what I can tell you. Now... Now I want to talk about how secretive these launch places are. Because if we know Zhejiang Satellite Launch Center is absolutely secret, we know that. Xishan Satellite Launch Center, I don't know how, if that's private. It is militarized zones, right? The launch sites.
Taiwan and Zhejiang are. They're within military bases.
Yeah. And what...
the government runs Wenchang and Zichang, and then you have a commercial state-owned conglomerate running Wenchang Commercial.
Is CASC a commercial or government-owned launch agency?
CASC is a state-owned enterprise.
But it launched from Zhejiang Satellite Launch Center, which is militarized zone. They are partnered with them, right? Or are they just... or what? No.
What do you mean by that?
Let me try to find the correct words here. Yeah, so Zhejiang Satellite Launch Center is a militarized zone. It is kept from the public as much as possible in terms of whatever is going on there. If we ever see a Long March 2 launch from the launch site.
Well, you need specific approvals because the launch site is within a military base. And obviously, when you launch, your views looking down have to be very limited, otherwise you could accidentally reveal military hardware.
But why?
Which is why there's
can't
never any live launch?
Yeah, why? And what happens when there's like a Shenzhou launch? Do they just move that away? These militarized things?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so it's that simple. Because if it's that simple, why don't they just do that every time? Or is it still like it's an actively ran military zone?
Well, 2 times a year for your 2 or 3 times a year, as of last year, for your big national pride crew launch project is a lot more of an easy pill to swallow than 35 times a year.
Yeah, that is.
That's a month of not doing stuff that you preferably want to be training or testing something.
So, and when we see the replay videos of the Zhejiang Satellite Launch Center, how don't they just accidentally reveal these kinds of stuff? Are they like very camera controlled in terms of what they can and can't show?
Videographers know where they're allowed to point stuff and know where they'll be set up.
And now about history, because I'm not sure about the Zhejiang Satellite Launch Center history. Why did they place the launch sites there? Is it just on because they needed to, or Was there options?
The Cold War and the Americans.
So that, okay. And they just decided to get launch sites there. But I mean, I can't lie, it's pretty guarded too. So it's probably a perfect place to put launch sites if you need any secretive military launch or anything.
A few miles away from the current launch sites, you can find the old Long March 2C and Long March 1 launch facilities.
Okay, well, and then about the location of the offshore platforms, I don't exactly know. When was the first time we ever saw a offshore platform launch from China? Because I know we have in the long past, but when did we have
late
China?
2010s?
I mean, that's not so long
say the
though.
very
If you
late
look at others, that's not so long ago. I will say.
I believe it was the Long March 11.
Was that the first ever? I mean, that's pretty late in terms of what I believe other countries have done in terms of offshore platform launching.
Yeah, they used to launch Zeniths off of oil rigs in like the 90s and 2000s.
I have seen that. It's pretty interesting. Oh wow. Yeah, it pretty much is. Yeah, I don't really know how to comment on that because it's just wild. Anyway, today's launch, for the people just joining us, by the way, quickly, today you're looking at live views of a drone view cam from our team at the launch center. Haiyang spaceport is what it's called, I think, and that's where we are launching from today, with live views from the paddle. Though it's a bit dark out there. Oh my god, you can barely see anything. Let me just try to point here. Look, you can barely see anything. Why does the barge have almost no lights? Because that's pretty stupid if you ask me.
I believe we have an image of it during the day. It's a very small barge with maybe 2 lightning diversion masts.
Seen it. It's, yeah, I've seen it. It's pretty weird though. Oh look, 2 minutes. So there it says 2 minutes, but I've seen 7 minutes. How off are we? Seriously, come on. Do we seriously
everyone's using their
know?
best guesstimates of the launch window. Because this launch window runs from 5 minutes ago to 26 minutes past.
Yeah, that's a pretty long window if you ask me though. Well, not really.
We could have launch any moment now or in 20 minutes.
Yeah, we should pretty much focus now on it. Wow, I just found a foggy cam. That's pretty far away from where
I don't know. I don't know how long of a lens other people have set up around.
I mean, pretty long, I will say, though.
When the rocket goes vertical, it'll be about 5 minutes away from launch.
Oh, does it not go vertical, like, immediately?
No.
Is it like one of those things again?
Yeah, it's for, salt protection.
Yeah.
Seawater and salt is the one thing you really don't want in your nozzle.
No, that is true. Yeah, that would be pretty bad. Although, what does salt affect with rockets if it happens? Like, you never know. But
abrasion of the nozzle. Yeah, and we all saw with that one Firefly launch what happens if your nozzle comes off early.
Yeah. Ugh. I don't even want to. About Firefly, when are they launching again? Because I've seen some speculations they might get up very soon again.
Maybe they're on their own return to flight campaign with an enhanced rocket. which is an interesting choice.
Enhanced. Oh, enhanced. What are we hearing
Yeah,
now?
they're stretching the first stage.
Okay. Just stretching casual. Okay. I mean, if it's for the best for them in terms of issue fixing, do what you need to do.
It'd be really convenient if someone on one of these towers near the coast happened to own a spotlight.
Yeah. I will tell you, this is a beautiful cam, although a little bit foggy, but not sure where this is at, because I'm looking at other streams. It's not foggy at all, so wondering where
I
this
like how
is.
you can see a procession of cars heading towards the coastline to try and launch.
But yeah, well, you have to be very quick, because it could launch any moment now, so...
This is truly getting there last minute at 4 a.m. local time.
Yeah. Just wake up, drive as fast as possible there to see it happen. You could see it on the bottom right of your screen, the cars and stuff flashing there, and driving to the coast to see. So once again, if you're just joining us, we're 3.5 minutes away until the launch of the Ceres-1S rockets. From the Haiyang spaceport here. We're just waiting on launch here. Could happen any moment now. Of course, we're just quite switching through views now, seeing if we see anything. Look, this is less foggy, so I'm wondering... Yeah, I'm wondering what this... with the camera stuff. Anyway. Let's wait and see. Let's see if we can see anything.
That faint dot in the middle of your screen is the barge.
Yes, just a reminder there. Yeah, that is the barge. It is much less bright than what I've seen once, and that's because they're using a different one with less lights. But yeah, pretty funny, I will say.
It's not that there's less lights on the rockets, there's just less light on the ship in general.
Yeah.
Like the other launch platform is just friggin' massive, so it needs to have them.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna do this as fast as possible just before launch. Yeah. Kind of rushing things. Don't mind me. So we should be a minute away until launch, probably. Not sure. Cause it's always a for Chinese launch, it's always like a guess, right? In terms of accuracy.
A guesstimate.
A guess, yeah. And we've seen that sometimes they are right, sometimes they aren't, but sometimes they are. So.
Most of the time, they're spot on or within a few minutes.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like that one Long March 4B, it goes 7 minutes early.
Yeah, we've seen that before. So
Yeah.
that was like at the Xishan Satellite Launch Center. We were just live, casually just talking around. I wasn't paying attention. All of a sudden, you remind me there's a launch, and I just see it go up. I think, what? Like, it's insane how what do you think China did there, because that is not really normal in terms of what we've seen for normal.
They had a launch window, they found a gap they could launch through, they launched into the gap.
I mean, it's their time, their time to shine. And there's also time to shine in hopefully 20 seconds as we see the Ceres-1S vehicle fly into space. But of course, it's a guesstimate, not sure, but if calculations are right, we should see it maybe now. If it just goes up, that would be crazy. Yes, liftoff. Okay, let's listen into the sound, guys. Enjoy. Sound should come soon, so just pay attention. Might be some delay with audio. That happens sometimes. Look at that, though. Okay, well, the sound already vanished there, but we did have a successful launch of Ceres-1S. Facey, what did you think of that? That was beautiful, wasn't it?
It was very bright.
Very bright,
And I
yes.
think we managed to see all the way up to the first stage burn out.
Yeah, that was pretty good visible. Now, we did lose tracking of it now, although other streams are still catching it. Beautiful launch there. That was absolutely insane. Yeah. A beautiful platform launch, that's for sure. So, in what stage of flight should we be in now, if things are going well?
Second stage.
Second stage? Ah, okay. Beautiful.
Also, a solid rocket motor. And then there'll
Yeah.
be a brief coast period afterward, and then the third stage will ignite.
Is everything solid, or is it like a Vega rocket that's
The fourth stage is like,
out of fourth stage? Oh.
yeah, it's kind of like a tiny Vega.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just gonna say that pretty much looks like a tiny version of Vega to me. Yeah.
I think the camera's just missing it, but there was a dot. There we go. In the
There
center of the
he is.
screen now.
There it
That
is.
should be Ceres-1.
Yeah, that is most likely Ceres-1S there. Ceres-1, I should say.
A good many dozen kilometers away.
Yeah, pretty good visible still. That is, for a 4 a.m. launch, that is pretty good. Now, I don't know what the drone operator is doing, but it's questioning. Yeah, we see a
Trying
star.
to track it.
No, that's a star. What do you mean trying to track it? It was on the bottom of the screen. It's now on the bottom of the screen. It's just out of view. Oh, there it is. There we go.
Yeah, but you phone a drone. You know the little preview screen is
Yeah.
nowhere near as good as the actual camera
That is true.
output.
Yeah. And now we cannot even see it anymore, so... Yeah, I've seen previous screens. It's not good in terms of what you have around it, too. Okay. Conclusion of the live. Well, that was a beautiful launch from the Rizal platform at Haiyang or Oriental Spaceport in China. Now, I think we're gonna end the coverage here because we don't really have anything to show again. Now, before we end, let's always do a Facey tradition. Facey, do you have the stats?
I do.
Yes.
So this was Alongside being the return to flight of the Ceres family, this was the 6th mission of its sea launch variant, the 23rd of the Ceres-1 series overall, and China's 4th launch this year.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Faisy, for those stats. Now, we will be back in about 20 hours, which is tomorrow in the evening. Well, 5 minutes before evening Dutch time, but that is 4:55 p.m. UTC. We'll be back tomorrow for a launch of my personal favorite, Long March 3B from launch site number 3. I can confirm it's launch site 3 because the boys made some pictures of the launch site, and yes, it is active in terms of getting the rocket built. So that's going to be very cool to see tomorrow. Not sure about getting the live cameras from the pad though. We're just going to see it probably from a webcam nearby, like we always have, most of the time we have. So would like to see you again tomorrow if you are interested for the Long March 3B launch. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.